Yes, like always, you're most welcome to the Arsenal podcast. Thank you for joining me once again. We'll be looking at Arsenal Sheffield. What did Mikel Arteta say in his press conference? He said a couple of things. You know, he's a political man. He has become a political man. He's no longer the Mikel Arteta all of you used to know. He's no longer the Mikel Arteta everybody used to, know. But he really gives us, interesting updates, especially when it comes to transfers. He spoke about HOUSSEM. He spoke about Saliba. He spoke about so many things, and that's where that's what we are going to be looking at. What did he say in his transfers? Opinion in his press conference and so much more. So make sure you're with me. Make sure you smash up the like button. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and of course, as always, give me your opinion in the comment box. Mikel Arteta's press conference, we are going to be doing that just now. Okay, let's get the party started. There you go, the big man Mikel Arteta. He was on Zoom and he was asked a couple of questions, starting with our performance yesterday against Liverpool and so many things. So the first question was asked, saying Mikel Arteta on Xhaka being captain last night, and he said, I didn't talk with him. I have to follow my I didn't talk to him. I have to follow my gut feeling. He's a leader. It's unquestionable. For me, it was a natural choice. Yeah. I also think, basing on the fact that, Granit Xhaka had all those hurdles and problems with Arsenal, stepping onto the Arsenal shirt and all those things. I don't know why he did that, but at least I can explain the amount of frustration that was in the side under Unai Emery. And you guys still know that the players were really frustrated. There was a lot of frustration in the side, and that's why I would protect Granit Xhaka. But he's a leader. All of us know that. At least that is unquestionable. Granit Xhaka is a leader, one of those players that have been at Arsenal, and you believe they can talk on the pitch. They can, give some leadership. He has the experience. If you look at the side we brought onto the pitch, they needed a leader. They needed someone of experience, and Granit Xhaka was the man on the pitch. So I also think it was a natural choice. It was good to have him as our captain, although he had a couple of problems before. Arteta on the possibility of no signings. Now, I don't want to listen to such things, but anyway, let's get them on the board. I'm very happy because the way we are acting around the market and the squad, the link between myself, Edu, and the board is really good. After, in a deal, you have 3 or 4 parties involved, but I'm really happy with the link at the moment. We are trying our maximum. Full support from the full support from the owners with what we have. Believe me, we will try our best. So he doesn't say, interesting, he doesn't say that we are not going to make any signings, right? He doesn't say that we are not going to make any signings, but he says we are trying our best and the board is giving them full support. Now, I will, if I was a journalist in this press conference, I would ask, what kind of full support? What shows the full support Mikel Arteta is talking about, right? Because literally he has failed to get the 2 major pillars of his midfield with only 3 days left onto the transfer window, and he says they are giving him full support. Now, I would ask that question: where is the full support? Because full support would be that you have 2 midfielders you want, because your team has the worst midfield. You get 2 midfielders, and then full support would also mean that when it comes to selling out the players, everyone is helping out. But of course, like I said, he does a couple. He does a lot of PR these days. He does a lot of PR. Mikel Arteta. On the next few days of the transfer window, he said, I think it's crucial. I think it's a crucial moment because it defines the people, the players, the balance, and the quality you are going to have for the rest of the season. Wow. This is another PR story, but let's look at it. Let's just listen to it. It says, I think it's crucial. It's a crucial moment because it defines the people, the players, the balance, and the quality that you're going to have for the rest of the season. We need to make some decisions, right? It says we need to make some decisions in the next 3 days. Everything has been delayed so much. It's not only us, but every team because of the context that we have at the moment. But we will try to make the possible decisions. Whatever we have, we go for it fully convinced and prepared to have a good season. Mikel Arteta about the last days of the transfer window. And he's saying, that everything has been delayed, not for only Arsenal, but for other clubs. But, at times you would agree with him on this one, but at times I'm going to disagree. I think there are clubs that have made decent signings. There are clubs that have really made decent signings, just in in this transfer window. Talk about clubs like Everton. They brought in almost three quality players, and they don't need to make more signings. Liverpool, the same. They brought in all the signings they would need, even if they didn't buy anyone else. Manchester City have done the same. So I think Mikel Arteta is trying to protect something in Arsenal. But anyway, that's what that was his opinion on transfers. And then Arteta on Arsenal's home form, and says, I think we can create the Emirates a furnace for us. I think it's going to be crucial for the future at the end of the season. Not just the result, but as well the performance, where we can inspire and transmit that form and play with the confidence at home that we have to be really resilient and dominate games and impose ourselves in those games. It says, I think the game on Sunday is a really difficult one. I watched Sheffield United games already, and they merit much more from those games. The way they played is tricky, so I'm expecting a very difficult game. Yeah, it's good to know. It's good to know that Mikel Arteta really acknowledges how hard that game is gonna be. Yeah, because it's not going to be the easiest of games. It's not going to be the easiest of games, especially when it comes to a club like Sheffield. You remember last season we lost to them 1-0. Dean Henderson was in goal then. They lost him back to Manchester United, and they brought in Zit Ramsdale from Bournemouth, who is still struggling. They're not really in perfect form as Sheffield. They're not the same Sheffield they were last season, but of course you cannot just undermine them. The good thing, they're coming at the Emirates Stadium, so it's a good time to smash them and get our revenge over last season. Okay, Arteta on Saka, and he says Bukayo is always pushing in every training, session, pushing in every game. He's pushing the way he conducts himself. First of all, I'm delighted for him. I think he completely deserves this chance to represent his country. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing, and he will keep evolving. Yeah, basically, he was really congratulating on Bukayo Saka being called up on England. Was called up on England, and I think he has been really doing well. I think him, Phil Foden, and Mason Greenwood are the three young lads that are really doing good in when it comes to English football. So I think and Mason Mount. So I think he deserves to be called. Arteta on Saliba. He said, last night I explained the difficulty the player had and the plan we had for him for that transition year. That we could not achieve. We are looking at different options to try to protect our intentions with William for the future, to both be aligned and make the best decisions for now and the future. There are rumors that this young lad could be out on loan to another club in France, and that could be Rennes or Rennes. That's like you guys would want me to call it. So Mikel Arteta speaking about his future at the club. He says he explained the difficulty the player had, and of course he says that they are looking forward to different options to protect the player and then to protect the intentions towards William Saliba. But of course, I'm still convinced as a man, as an Arsenal fan, I'm still convinced he's one player that we need to use, and get the best out of him. Okay. And then on this man that has finally agreed a deal with Atletico Madrid, we are giving him out on a loan deal with an option to buy, but not an obligation to buy. So that is interesting. And he says, I'll give you an update with any player the moment I have an update to give you. At the moment, unfortunately, there is nothing concrete. But of course, I think this is quite old. Fabrizio Romano has just confirmed it, that the player in himself, Lucas Torreira, has had an agreement with Atletico Madrid, and Arsenal as well have also had an agreement with Atletico Madrid that the player crosses over to Spain. We is going to spend there a full season on loan with an option to buy, not an obligation, but with an option to buy. And Fabrizio Romano makes it very clear as to why we couldn't actually sell him to Atletico Madrid right now, because they cannot afford to buy him. They need to sell one other player, that is to be able to sign in players. So there. Mikel Arteta on AOUAR. Mikel Arteta on AOUAR. He says, I am very confident with what we are trying to do internally. The clarity and support that I'm finding from everybody at the club to improve the team as we can, but most importantly, to get the right balance in the squad for now and the way we want to evolve the squad in the future. So we are all very much aligned. I'm afraid I cannot give you any updates or news. Interesting. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting, guys. This is interesting. Listen to this. Listen to this. I am very confident with what we are trying to do internally, right? And it says the clarity and support that I am finding from everybody at the club to try to improve the team as we can, but most importantly, to get the right balance in the squad for now and the way we want to evolve the squad in the future. I think that's enough. That's enough. This is another PR statement down here when it says, so we are all very much aligned. I'm afraid I cannot give you any updates or news. Now, in the last press conference I did, if you guys still remember, when we were talking about HOUSSEM Thomas Partey, if you guys still remember, he said, I cannot talk about players that are not ours. I cannot, give you an update about any player that doesn't play for the Arsenal, for the mighty Arsenal. And now he says, I'm very confident with what we are trying to do internally. Big news, big news, big news. I'm going to try, to discuss this in detail. So make sure you check out the video. It's coming. It will come up shortly. It will come up shortly. And finally, key points to come. Mikel Arteta's quotes on embargoed until 10:30. But here are some of the key points. William Saliba's future. Of course, we have talked about that. Bukayo Saka's England call-up, he has talked about that. Finding a balance with incoming and outgoing transfer business. Okay. Wow. Interesting. I think this is the most important part in this one. That's the most important one, right? Arteta on AOUAR. Now, he doesn't really talk about all transfers because they didn't ask him. They didn't ask him about all transfers, but they just asked him about HOUSSEM AOUAR. Smash up the like button. Smash up the like button. I forgot that. First things first, right? First things first. Smash the like button. Get the comments coming in. He says, I'm very confident with what we are trying to do internally. The clarity and support that I am finding from everybody at the club to try to improve the team as we can. That means, that really shows you that something is going on. And like I said, we have less hours to know, is this signing today or not? But until we can complete those, hours, I'm not really, jumping in with a story, right? I'm not really jumping in with the story. I'll wait for the confirmation. I'll wait for the confirmation from Lyon or Arsenal. I know we shall have a confirmation from one of the parties. I know we shall have a confirmation from one of the parties there. But it's interesting. Very, very interesting, guys. Very interesting. And thanks for everybody who's smashing the like button. And thanks for everybody who's liking the stream. What do you think about Leno's match versus Liverpool? And do you think is Liverpool better or in the game? Yeah, I think Liverpool are better in the game. Liverpool are better in the game. Let alone the few moments Arsenal had. A couple of moments. Rob Holding should have scored that header. Yeah, I know we had a couple of moments, but Liverpool still looked the better side. They had possession. They didn't look quaky. If you followed the player ratings I made today actually, I made the player ratings today. I showed you how much we lost the ball. Almost every Arsenal player lost the ball 10 plus times. 10 plus times. So Liverpool were better. Bandeno's performance against Liverpool. This has been unquestionable all the time, and I've always told you guys, Bandeno is our number one goalkeeper. We got to respect that. He is our biggest goalkeeper. He's a decent goalkeeper. And yesterday, he was really all over the place. He was, I can't really explain, but that was really, really, really good performance. Do you think it's going to be easier to score on Sheffield after Dean Henderson leaving? I think they're not so different, but one, they're coming at the Emirates, and secondly, they lost their best goalkeeper. They are trying to, catch up with with the big shoes that Dean Henderson left them. So I'm not really gonna say that it's going to be easy for us to score against them because they haven't lost so many players. You would respect them for that. But still, I think we can beat them. 2-1, 3-1 at the Emirates Stadium. I think we can beat them. We can beat them. Who has joined again? Who has joined again? Not really, but we have lost a player to Atletico Madrid. We need Partey. He's great player, 45 million, worthy every penny. Thank you so much, White. Will AOUAR come? Let's wait because Mikel Arteta also didn't give us, something very, big to talk about. But let us wait for that. Yeah, let us wait for that. Okay, says is AOUAR coming? This is Hassan. Let's wait for the the hours. Let us wait for the hours. They're running very fast. Ali, hello bro, hello my bro. HOUSSEM AOUAR. This is Zana. HOUSSEM AOUAR. Let us wait. Hassan says HOUSSEM AOUAR as well. And then is he coming? Of course. Mikel Arteta's reaction shows you one thing, that there is something going on. There is something going on. But we've got to be more careful. He won't come. That's what you think. Arsenal has the money. Please, we should do everything it takes to go. And our players, AOUAR and Partey, please. Okay. That's interesting as well. Dude, AOUAR answers exactly what you said. Is he coming or is he not coming? That's the answer. We don't know. Yeah. Is AOUAR coming? Now, like Mikel Arteta says, let us be more confident. Please let me ask. No new comings for Arsenal. Who says so? But will he come? Really? Tell us about the transfer. This stream is about basically Mikel Arteta's press conference. Thanks, bro, for the work done. Will Partey come? I think for Partey it's becoming even more interesting. Thanks, bro, for the work. Will Partey come? I think I answered that. What of Martinelli injury until the end of the year? We don't expect to see Gabriel Martinelli until the end of the year. Apparently, Edu had a conversation with Edu in the morning. You mean Junino. These conversations have been in place. These conversations have been in place already. AOUAR will come, but is Partey coming too? I'm not really sure about that, ASN, but I think we might not get both of them. Although there are rumors that we might get both of them. Are we landing our guys? Time is running out. I don't know. Let us just wait. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for smashing the like button. If you haven't already, please do that for me. And thank you so much for getting in the comments as well. Good evening, brother. Back at it again, Kosi. Many thanks for every efforts you put to keep us updated. But Gabriel Magalhaes is our masterpiece of defense machinery. I like his 3-match performance, and I also like his performance, man. Thank you so much, Alvin. He's another big signing Arsenal have made. If maybe we haven't noticed that he's a big performer. He's a big performer, and I think Mikel Arteta is doing one big problem. Why do you leave him out from, out of the big games? Let him play in the big games. Let us try to see how good he is, because that is how we can determine whether he's good for big games or he's just good for small games. But if you start leaving him out from the Liverpool game in the EPL, and then we lose that game, because of problems and mistakes caused by weak defenders like Rob Holding, I don't get it. But trust me, Gabriel Magalhaes is masterclass, is super masterclass. What is a good game for Pepe? Yesterday, when I was looking at his statistics, they didn't look good. His statistics didn't look good, but I cannot really rule out the possibility that maybe he's improving little by little. Still, I would say Willian deserves to start ahead of him. That's the truth. Willian, deserves to start ahead of Pepe. He hasn't found his, form yet, and he's still doing a lot of, this childish work. You know what I mean? The childish work, right? You know what I mean? This kind of, turning all the time without, output. You need to produce output as a national player. You need to produce output. What about Partey? We need the extra defender. By the fact that we have agreed a deal with Torreira to go to Atletico Madrid, and there isn't anything connected to Thomas Partey, like I said, it's gonna be quite hard. It might be quite hard than we expected. AOUAR will come, but don't think about Partey. All right. Thank you, Hassan. I'll take that. But do we have hopes on Ozil coming back to the game? No, I don't think Ozil is going to come back to the game. And it seems, every day, it's more evident that Matteo Guendouzi, Mesut Ozil, unless if we get a crisis, because, for crisis, they always happen, right? They always happen. So unless we, if we get a crisis, but without a crisis, I don't see us getting Mesut Ozil back into the team. Plus Matteo Guendouzi. Ozil is well off because he's going to leave in the summer, but Matteo Guendouzi still has a contract tying him to Arsenal. Probably he needs to find a good team. I'm Onyango from UG. Thank you so much, Onyango. What about Benrahma? Is he an Arsenal player? I don't know what you mean. Is he an Arsenal player? Because yesterday he scored such a goal, such a beauty for Brentford when they were beating Fulham. In the FA Cup. So if you're asking me if he's an Arsenal player right now, he ain't an Arsenal player. But if you're asking me if he's this kind of player that would fit into the Arsenal team, then I'm forced to say yes. I'm going to be forced to say yes. He's this kind of player that can fit into the Arsenal team. He has all the qualities Mikel Arteta would want in a forward. He's a very nice player. He's not exactly as Benrahma, right? I'm sorry, as HOUSSEM, but if I look at Benrahma and HOUSSEM, both of them can play in the same Arsenal squad, and they can give us some quality. AOUAR will arrive in London in the next 40 hours. Telefoot chain. I'm going to check on that. It's interesting, It's interesting. I'm getting thrilled. I've done so many stories today, especially about transfers, and I'm still doing so many. If we don't get Partey, we are wasting one season because we have to wait 1 more year to complete our midfield. It's true. That is true. I agree with you. According to the manager, I think Arsenal has their man. Yeah, he's according to what he says, it's tricky. You would say we have our man, but then he says, I can't give you any updates. Then you're like, shame. Anyway, let's wait for that. Let's wait for the update. Live AOUAR Partey, we need a CDM more. Yeah, I know we need a CDM more. I've already said that. Hi, bro. Hi. Adamu, how are you doing? Bro, things are not easy to our Arsenal. Yeah, things are not really easy. I know. I appreciate. There are not so many Arsenal fans that recognize that fact. Who is the next if AOUAR is not coming? Jorginho. We've been linked with Jorginho from Chelsea, and he's the possible man that could join us if AOUAR doesn't sign. It doesn't make sense for me. It doesn't make sense. Opinions on the on Saliba's situation, bro. Should we really loan him out? I've said this. I think on the past two shows, the past two shows, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't think we should be loaning out, William Saliba. Basically, he's our best right-footed centre back. He's better than Rob Holding. He would be better than David Louis if we gave him time. I don't know why we need to loan him out. Basically, I don't know what is gonna happen if we loan him out, but we don't need to loan him out. As a matter of fact, right? As a matter of fact, we don't need to give him out on loan. AOUAR is welcome to us, from Arteta's presser. I'm sure it is a bet to stake. I wish you guys were YouTubers and I would comment fake news. Any alternative midfielders for Partey? I think it must be Diawara. He's the closest. Diawara is the closest. Pepe is lacking confidence, but he worked so hard in that game until the last minutes. He was sprinting and closing down Liverpool. I appreciate that. Hopefully he gets his confidence back through hard work. Okay. And then how about Amadou Diawara? Issue ended. Now, I wouldn't say issue ended, but there isn't so much to talk about him right now. Zana. Is Nelson okay? Because we did not see him in the new season. We just saw him in Leicester City's game. He's okay. He's fine. This is me, Umaru Ansadu from Pearl of Africa, UG. Thanks for updating us. Thank you so much, Umaru. Thank you so much. I'll keep doing that. Who would you prefer, Somare or Diawara? If we can't get Partey, I would go for Diawara because Somare's deal would be even longer. Lille would waste a lot of time. I would go for Diawara. Who is Arsenal's signing and players who are leaving? The Gunners. Players who are leaving the Emirates Stadium. Those ones are very easy. I've already talked about them. Sid Kolasinac, Socrates, Lucas Torreira, and if nothing changes, Skodran Mustafi. You had to see our owner making a $1 billion stadium while we eat scraps and we have to sack staff, man. I think Stan Kroenke needs to, really amend his ways. Do you think the losing Torreira this season is a better deal? It's not a better deal, but it's a guarantee that we are going to bring in a midfielder. That's one. But it's not a better deal. It would have been a better deal if you lose Torreira and bring in someone like Thomas Partey, or you lose Torreira and bring in someone like Amadou Diawara or Somare. That would be a better deal because you lose him, you replace him with someone who you think is better and better fits, the style of the manager. But if we do not, replace him, how can I say it's better? I can't say that. I really can't say that. Smash up the like button. Smash up the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, bottom right corner, and also getting your comments coming in. Do you prefer David Louis or Gabriel? And it was a wrong choice for Arteta playing David Louis than Gabriel. Yeah, I prefer Gabriel Magalhaes than David Louis. I cannot forget those big mistakes David Louis did last season. I can't just forget them. I can't. Yes, I know he has the experience that we need so bad, but I just can't forget them. I just can't get over the mistakes he kept on committing over and over and over and over last season. He almost cost us a whole season, man. He almost cost us a whole season. It's time we play Gabriel Magalhaes as our main centre back. What would be in your Arsenal midfield 3 if we ended up signing both Partey and AOUAR? Of course, I would have Partey. I would have AOUAR. Yeah, midfield 3, Partey, AOUAR, and I would keep Danny Ceballos. I would keep Danny Ceballos in that midfield. Yeah, I would keep Danny. AOUAR will help the creativity our midfield lacks, yeah, but he doesn't bring the defensive, assurance that we also lack. Nonso. Kosi, I didn't get you right about Amadou Diawara issue. Thank you so much, Zana. Let me just get you this. The question was, do I prefer Somare or Diawara? And I said I would go for Diawara first and foremost. His deal is going to be cheaper because he's he's valued at 27 million pounds, and then Somare is valued at 34 because I think Leeds had a bid bounced, and I think they had around 30 million, and their bid was bounced. So that means the cheaper person is Diawara. But the real reason as to why I would go for Diawara in this transfer summer is his statistics are very similar to those of Thomas Partey. And I've told you this before. They're very similar. The only difference they have is Partey is a ball player. Partey is a bowler. Partey is a bowler, man. Yeah, but I'll go for Diawara as a replacement. Oh, this is taking long. Do you think Guendouzi should just go out on loan? If he can get a permanent deal, let him go. But if he wants to go out on loan, it's also very entertaining. I think he doesn't have a place in Mikel Arteta's team. CDM is more important. AOUAR bring Thomas. Arsenal fans will stone you, Clement. They want AOUAR right now. It's their hope. My machine is really freezing up on me. Is AOUAR coming, bro? Real story. According to Fabrizio Romano, we are still working hard. Like I said, we are still working hard to bring him in. We have not failed. However, there isn't any confirmed piece of news as yet. But someone says he's going to be flying in to Arsenal, according to the Telefort. I think I should check that out as well. Where is Ozil now? He didn't play like 10 months. Yeah, I know. He's training with the under-23s. Bro, we are signing AOUAR. Should I say yes? Should I say no? Your Premier League top 4 predictions for this season, they are very clear. They're very clear. I've already said them. Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, and Chelsea. No Arsenal. My club is not there. We are not yet there. We lack that creativity. So be sure, Kosi. Yeah, I know we lack the creativity. We also lack the defensive, part of it in the midfield. So we are there in between. But I think we handled our summer badly. If we handled the summer well, we would have a defensive midfielder. We'd also have a creative midfielder, and we would be good to go. And maybe I would be suggesting Arsenal to be in the top in the top 4. But now, no. People think we will have more money next season, but we will be more broke because it looks like this whole season there will be no people in the stadiums and no ticket sales. No. I know fans are going to come back to the pitch. This Corona thing is really, eating me up as well. But I know fans are going to come back to the pitch. I don't think we will sign Partey if we sign AOUAR. It might be like the Coutinho Willian thing. You either get Coutinho or Willian, and finally we got Willian. I can't wait to see AOUAR in the mighty Arsenal shirt. But I'm already in the Arsenal shirt. You mean this? Okay. I think we should give Guendouzi another chance, like we gave Granit Xhaka another chance. Okay. Mikel Arteta says everybody has a clean slate, so let us wait for that. Can Arsenal win the UEFA Europa League this year? Have you seen those clubs? Have you seen those clubs in the in the Europa League? Have you seen them? Yeah, don't joke. But we can go as far as the quarterfinals. Is the Telefort actually true? Yeah, Telefort is reliable. Telefort is reliable. I think they broke the news about the personal terms, so they are reliable. When is the quarter final of the Carabao? I'm not really sure about that, but we are playing Manchester City. I should be updating you on that as soon as I find out. My brother, thank you so much. PSG could get AOUAR. Yeah, I've done that story, but I don't think. By the way, PSG have a financial constraint They can't spend 50 million euros. That means they would want to first get him out on loan and then pay for him in the next summer. Now, Lyon are desperate for money. They can't take in that. I'm really confident. Okay. What do you make of playing Manchester City next round? It's an unfair draw, man. It's an unfair draw. We should be playing Brentford. It's an unfair draw. Play Leicester City. Then you play Liverpool. Then you play Manchester City. No, it's unfair. It's unfair. You know. Is Arsenal ready for the Europa League? They have so much player injury. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready. With that Group B, with those teams in Group B, Molde, Rapid Vienna, who else? Dundalk. We are ready. We are ready, man. Let them bring him up, bring it on, and we are gonna smash them. We are gonna smash them in the Europa League. Group stages, we are gonna smash them. 100% clean record. We are going to win all the games there. If we don't win on all the games, I'm gonna be disappointed. Please don't forget votes for AOUAR. September goal of the month, please, guys. Aubameyang, Babu Young. Sorry, injured. Okay. When do you think AOUAR will be announced? And do you personally think he will activate Partey's release clause? I don't think we will activate Partey's release clause, but I think truth is AOUAR might get announced on the next week. Next week, not this week. Do you think we will? Do you think will AOUAR shirt number for AOUAR, or will he wear shirt number 11? Because we will sign him at the 11th. SN, this is funny. This is funny. No, SN says, will AOUAR put on shirt number 11 because we are signing him on the 11th hour? No, man, no. I don't think that that determines the shirt number of a player. But still, I would say, I think he would put on shirt number 11 or 26. Is it lack of money that Arteta is not signing both players? I think it's financial constraints. I think that, when we say financial constraints, it looks like a PR word, an ambiguous word, financial constraints. So it's financial constraints. Is AOUAR done? Not yet. Not yet. Who do you think is winning the Golden Boot this season? We have players like Calvert-Lewin. We have players like Aubameyang. Lacazette has started well. Hurricane is there. Gareth Bale came back into the league. Marshall, the mediocre. Rashford, the player who doesn't know what he wants. Vade at Leicester City. The Golden Boots. I think AOUAR is I think AOUAR is not coming. I think AOUAR is not coming. I think he's going to Paris Saint-Germain because PSG needs a midfielder. They don't have the money. They have the money. They have the money because they are rich, but they are constrained by the financial fair play. Put that in mind as well. Who's better, Aubameyang or Aguero? Aguero is a finisher, man. Aguero is a finisher. Aguero, I'm an Arsenal fan, but Aguero is a clinical finisher, man. Aguero is a finisher. Aguero is a striker and a half. Yeah, but it's true. It is respectful to compare both players. It's cool to compare both players. It's just respectful. But I think Aguero, there is something Aubameyang has to do to reach the level of Aguero. Yeah. Breaking news: Ban Leno name changed to Bad Leno because he's flat. I loved his reflexes. I loved his reflexes. Oh, guys, I have to shut this down. Smash up the like button. The like. Smash up the like button. 100 people watching. Smash the like button. Let's get them to as many as we can. I have to do another transfer video. There is a video about Saliba. There is about Jorginho. There is also something about Mikel Arteta. I think I should drop that in one transfer video. Yeah. Bro, the Man City Carabao game is on 21st December, during the time when we will have 15 games in 2 weeks. Why isn't the next round in November? Okay, ASN. No, December is always our bad month. You guys know that, bro. We need to land Ozil. Huh? Bro, no one need to loan Ozil. Charles says, bro, where is Mesut Ozil? He's training with Arsenal, but not playing. I am a Liverpool fan, but I like Arsenal. Wow. This is interesting. Aubameyang for Golden Boot, considering the creativity of AOUAR if he joins us. Will we buy Kante? I don't think Chelsea will make such a stupid mistake. It's only Arsenal that makes such stupid mistakes. Is it true that William Saliba mother died? I didn't really follow that. I'm not really following that, but if she died, RIP. But I'm not really onto that. I'm not really into into that. Guys, what a stream that was. What a stream that was. Thank you so much. We have been talking about Mikel Arteta and the press conference and the Sheffield game. My prediction in that one and the match preview, I'll be dropping them shortly. I'll be dropping the probable lineup, the predicted lineup. I think that should be tomorrow, later tomorrow, because I have to focus on transfers more. I'm not really taking any more comments, but I want you to stay safe. I'll take Prabhu because he's always on the show. Bro, Everton is looking a surprise package. Top 4 won't be possible if we have no creative signing done. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. It's much love, and it is appreciated. The super chats, the likes, the comments, everything. Much love is appreciated. Make sure you've smashed the like button, but make sure as well you have subscribed. Let me see you in the next video, right? It's not mean, but I know there are 87 of you watching. I love to stay on the show, but we need to create space for another video. So let me see you in the next video about HOUSSEM AOUAR. What did the telefoot chain say? In the next video?